So we changed the very beginning of our show. We call it the cold open. It's the thing that runs before the, let's make it a good. And I know you've waited for this your entire life, but your birthday present from me to you is, I need you to start the show. So look in the camera right here. Just say, Director Leo, let's practice, okay? Director Leo, roll the open. Look right at Eric and say that.
Director Leo, roll the open.
Let's make it a good day.
You're a tiger.
Give it up for Debbie Gibson, everyone.
We do it our own way.
Yes!
I'm gonna start crying and laughing so hard.
I did not do that.
Now, here's Jason.
Hello! Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jason Show. Thank you. Thank you, Tuesday, folks. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Today's show is sponsored by Subaru today. That's a private joke between me and the studio audience, but no. Anyway, every day there's a different holiday, and today I'm actually today's show is dedicated to my mother, the Dar, because it is National Play Bingo Day. That's right. And anyone that knows me, I was raised in a bingo hall at the VFW in Michigan City, Indiana, and my mom was a legend in that town for the best reason ever. My mom played 44 bingo cards at one time, and we ended up in the newspaper. There's a picture of my mom holding a cig in one hand, a bingo dauber in the other, and there in the forward of the picture, me in a bassinet as a good luck charm on her bingo table. That's right, yeah. So, to my mother, to all of you that play bingo, 64 to all of you. Let's get started. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Yes. Kendall has the day off. It is just me today. I'm very sorry. You're stuck with me. Executive producer Jeff is here as well, audience. Give it up for the big boss. There he is.
I have a bingo story.
Yeah.
I have a bingo story.
You have a bingo story?
When I was in 4th grade, I won bingo at our local little VFW. I don't know why a 4th grader was playing, but Heron Lake, shout out.
I think that's illegal, Jeff, but go ahead.
I won $10, and it was like the second game, and I got so excited that I ran home to tell my mom and didn't play the rest of the night. Because I was so excited for winning $10.
$10 as a youth, again, I don't think that's legal, but we won't dwell on that right now. Yeah. I got to tell you, yesterday, friends, because I tell you everything. Yesterday, I was a mess. I got about 2 hours sleep. And I didn't allow close-ups yesterday from Director Leo because I looked like trash. Today, I feel better, and I think you'll be able to relate. How many of you have had company at your house? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah. Now, because I don't need to get in trouble today with people. This has nothing to do with the friends that visited. One of them is watching now, Kristen. It's her birthday, by the way, and my friend Haley. But this is just for all of us. Isn't it great when they leave? I mean, when the guests leave, it's just, oh God, you love company. But after a few days, I dropped Haley off at the airport. And I cried with joy. Not because of Haley. Let me be clear, because I don't need her or Kristen mad at me. It's just generally speaking, you guys know how it is. And yesterday, because I felt so horrible, all I wanted to do, friends, I wanted to go home after the show and just sleep right now. I wanted to sleep right until this show started. But I couldn't, so Haley texted me after yesterday's show, and she said, I'm watching your show, and then I'm going to go to lunch with a mutual friend. Why don't you come meet us for lunch? And my British friends, you guys have met them. I've had them on the show, Joe and Beth. They have a great phrase that they always say to me. Joanna goes like this. Joe's one of my British friends. She goes, Jason, advocate for yourself. Always advocate for yourself. So I texted Haley back, and I'm a people pleaser. I hate it, but I'm a people pleaser. But I texted Haley, and I go, I got to tell you, I'm not in the mood to visit. And then she responded, the person that you're meeting doesn't want to talk to you either. So it's great. It was perfect. But it was great. I loved having guests, but oh God. And I slept last night like a giant gay bear. Yeah. So I'm ready to go for this audience. I'm ready to go here. Let's get started. Roll it, Leo. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Woo! It's going to be one of those shows, Aaron, this morning. First up, Chris Noth, Mr. Big from Sex and the City. You also know this. He faced allegations of sexual assault back in 2021. We're not going to talk about that because we already did. And the New York Post is now saying that he felt iced out by his co-stars on Sex and the City. Chris has shot back, saying, well, that's just not true, he said, and slammed the article, calling it nonsense. Ever since the allegations, he has maintained those encounters were consensual. I should say that. That's what he's always said. But the fact that all three of the women, I don't know if he had much of a relationship with Kim Cattrall, but he's basically saying that Charlotte Miranda and Carrie, SJP and Kristen Davis and Cynthia Nixon, he wasn't iced out. And I thought, oh my goodness, and here's spoiler alert from the first season of And Just Like That. I bet the creators are breathing a sigh of relief that they decided to kill him off before the allegations ever came out. But that's what happens, and it would be a difficult position for the women to be in because they want to believe the victim. You want to give the victim the benefit of the doubt, but also, can you imagine? You've been friends. SJP was legit friends with Chris. I mean, they were really, really close. Can you imagine having to do that dance if you're SJP? Do you show public support? Do you not? Because if you show public support, are you going to be dragged through the mud in the press? And then if you want to show support, how much is too much? Do you believe the allegations? I just think it would be very difficult, don't you think, Jeff? For if you're the women,
yes,
the cast.
I mean, you can't say one thing and be right either way.
No.
But can we get back to the show though? Did you finish the second episode yet?
Of And Just Like That?
I think it's terrible this year. I'm sorry. It's feels like a slapstick comedy. I don't think it's funny at all. It's not back to what it was. It needs work.
Where the hell is Kendall? Where is Kendall? No.
Sorry, I got to be honest.
Really? You didn't? I actually, no, look, Miranda.
They're never together.
Yes, they are.
Hardly.
What were you watching?
It was bad. Maybe I was alone on Saturday. Maybe that's why.
The control room and the staff really wants me to make a joke right now, but I'm not going to. No, I get it. Look, were they my favorite episodes? No, but it was better than season 1 already. I thought it was lighter. The other characters are being fleshed out more. And it's only episode 2. Think about our show in episode 2. We were horrible.
We were Emmy nominated on episode 2.
We were not Emmy nominated. Oh, we weren't Emmy nominated. Go back to the shot of that lady right there. That's a proud Subaru owner right there. Again, I know, they do. That camera angle makes it look like they're sitting about 14 feet away from each other. Yeah, they're actually very close, and I think they're related, for heaven's sake. Yeah. Scoot closer together. I mean, thank you, just like that. It's the magic of television. Next in the dish, you may remember a few years back, Josh Gad. I love Josh. He was working, he said he was working on a reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids for Disney, featuring Rick Moranis. But then it was like crickets having sex. You didn't hear anything. Well, now we know why. Josh revealed on Twitter that they were inches from starting production on the reboot when, COVID hit. Then they were close again. They're like, okay, let's do it. But then his schedule filled up. And finally, they were close again, but the budget didn't get approved. It was too big. He said if fans really want to see this ever happen, they need to reach out to my pretend boyfriend, Bob Iger, the bigwig over at Disney. Josh was set to play Nick, Wayne's now adult son from the original. I don't know. Let me just, and please, I don't need millennials mad at me because I'm a Gen Xer, so the movie missed me. Do we need this? No. Thank you, audience. The studio audience knows that Kendall's not here, so they're playing sidekick today. I love it. No, but the audience is right. I don't think we need this. Because what made the first one so great was we had never seen special effects like that. And the special effects were really the star of that movie. Now, I mean, remember when they shrunk Lily Tomlin in The Incredible Shrinking Woman in the 80s? We had never seen people be shrunk like that in a movie. Now, we can do anything. It's not special anymore.
No.
Right, Jeff? Right?
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, I've never even seen the original. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
Well, now the studio audience is to the point where they're just rejecting you altogether, Jeff. Yeah.
I'll go take a break.
No. I know. We need you. Don't go anywhere. Anyway, so if you want it to happen, tweet Bob Iger. We have so much more ahead. But first, though, we'd love to see you in our studio audience. Today would have been great, but today, But I got my front row. I got Subaru Sally. We're ready to go. Free tickets are available at eventbrite.com. Just go to eventbrite.com and search for The Jason Show. Sign up. You're in by 9:30 and out by 11:15. But please, for the love of all that's good in Oprah, only sign up for a day when you can actually come. Thank you. And as we go to break, more audience selfies. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here, friends. Again, hello to our new friends in Chicago. We're doing good there. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. It really means a lot to us. And by the way, I heard from my friend who is one that visited me that I said, you're excited when guests leave. She wasn't offended. She gets it. She gets it. Yeah, she gets it. So I don't need that trouble today. Well, at long last, love is back in the air at ABC. The Bachelorette debuted last night. And Charity, I guess that's the Bachelorette this year. Yeah, her name is Charity. Met all of her future exes. Look.
Beautiful.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name's Spencer.
Spencer, nice to meet you.
Charity?
Yes, that's me. That's me.
Well, I'll tell you more about me.
For sure.
I guess, for instance, me, I'm Spencer.
Yes, you're Spencer.
You're
Spencer.
Like my hobby thing, I've been doing a lot of, martial arts.
Okay, fun. Maybe you can teach me some, perhaps?
Can I?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so this is somewhat dicey.
Dicey?
Move.
Okay. Oh, God,
So,
please.
The big thing here is that, if anyone, gets out of line with you,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You're just gonna kick them right in the.
Okay.
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 And we're gonna hold on. We're gonna practice.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, wide stance. Oh, I don't know if I can do that in this dress. Oh, God, what's happening?
Let's go.
I'm not gonna kick you.
You're not?
There's no way I'm doing that. Are you kidding?
Thank you. Thank you. I was worried that you were.
No way.
I thought maybe I could get you to.
Oh, no, I would never do that. And I don't have much freedom in this dress, so it's okay. We'll save that for when I actually need.
What the hell was that? Oh,
Those writers need to come back.
what is happening? Well, you probably remember. What did we just watch? I don't know. We don't have many. The audience left. Subaru Sally left after that clip. Yeah. America fell in love with Charity on The Bachelor, so ABC decided they wanted her to be the lead for the 20th season of The Bachelorette. And you know what that means. Once again, it's time for 32% of America loves producer Ted. Joining us from our control room is show producer Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted. That's right.
Good morning.
Ted, I'm not joking. That you've brought us many clips over your years of covering this trash. That has to be one of the most uncomfortable things the audience and I have ever seen.
And I'm happy I could bring it to you.
I am, yeah. Okay, can we start with this? Because usually, at the top of the show, if I have a bone to pick with something, I have a whole platform. I'm going to give you the floor, my friend, because my note is telling me you have a bone to pick with ABC.
I do. Look, I'm a man of routine, right? So The Bachelorette starts at 7 o'clock on Monday nights. I schedule my day around it. I make dinner. I have dinner done in time so that I can sit down with, like a thing of ice cream and watch The Bachelorette starting at 7, and I can go to bed at 9. Well, last night, ABC decided to throw us a curveball, and they gave us some show called Claim to Fame, okay? And so that started at 7, and The Bachelorette was going to start at 8. So here I am, all flustered, and I'm like, this is terrible. It stars the Jonas Brothers, and the point of it is they have to figure out who, the cast members of the show, what famous person are they related to, okay? That's the premise of the show. And I'm like, this is terrible.
That's the premise?
That's the premise. So I'm like, this is terrible, but I got to keep watching it. This woman gets pulled up at the end of the show, and they reveal that Tom Hanks is her uncle. Okay, so that's the end of the show, right? Well, no, things got great, and this might be the best thing ever. So as she's voted out, this happens.
You are that much closer to the grand prize of $100,000. Good night, everybody. Get some rest.
Dude, boy. Damn.
These freaking clues are so freaking obvious. Freaking bench. That's a freaking poster of freaking Forrest Gump. Are you kidding me? She's screaming. Why a bench? There's literally no reference to benches on any other movie. Even Gabriel found that out. He's not even smart.
What is going on with this segment, Theodore? What did we just watch? Forget The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
What was that?
So that, Tom Hanks, all-American guy, everyone's favorite actor, his niece, lost a few marbles there. I mean, she did not like that she got thrown off the show, and then she was criticizing them for the clues they gave, like a bench. Of course my uncle's Tom Hanks.
I honestly don't know what to say. I'm going to be tuning in next week, though, let me tell you. Okay, let's get back to the other trash show.
Yep.
So The Bachelorette. So her brother, The Bachelorette's brother, showed up right away?
Yeah, so Jesse Palmer sets it up. He's like, you're going to know who this person is. And she's like, oh my gosh. And then it's her brother who comes out, and then he's like, oh, I love you, and it's good, it's all good, all good. But then he goes behind her back, and he gets dressed up as the bartender. So now he's going to be eavesdropping on the guys as they get their drinks, so he can decide what they're saying about her.
Is this all we're going to get if the writers are still, keeps striking, right? This is all we're going to get.
Right. And one of the guys is like, I kind of recognize this guy. And I'm thinking, look, I've watched this show for 20 seasons. I don't recognize this guy. You don't recognize this guy. So.
Wait, Ted. It's ABC, and they sent him to a Spirit Halloween store for the disguise?
Yes.
I mean, we have a bigger budget.
Yeah. They tough times at ABC.
Did she listen to his advice?
So The only dish he really got was that this one guy was maybe a little overconfident because he made out with Charity. He comes back to the bar and he's like, "Oh my gosh, she's amazing," and the brother's like, "Be careful, don't give him the first impression rose." And what does she do? She goes. This is the guy, and she gives
Holy
him.
man bun.
Yeah. So she gives him the first impression rose. So no, she does not listen to her brother.
Okay, finally. Okay, so the guy in that first awful clip that you showed us, the martial art guy. That guy. Well, how did that turn out? Did he get a rose?
So they saved him for the very end, and he's in these interviews being like, "I laid my heart on the line," and then he got a rose at the end.
He did?
He will be back. There was actually another very uncomfortable clip of him. Unfortunately, because of claim to fame, my recording ran out, so I could only show you that first clip. Otherwise, we would have had two.
Give it up for Theodore, everybody. It's producer Ted. That was just awful. That was two of the worst clips we've ever, in 8 years of this show, those were two of the worst back-to-back clips we've ever shown. Anyway, next on the dish. Something caught my eye from the weekend box office. This is a weird summer box office already. Spider-Man. I think this one is Across the Spider-Verse. That movie is 4 weeks old, y'all. 4 weeks. It regained the top spot. 4 weeks old. And it surpassed Pixar's Elemental a little bit. But here's the real story. I'll talk about Elemental in a second. The story is this, though. The movie crushed The Flash, which is only in its second weekend. Box office numbers for The Flash fell more than 70% from week to week. That, just take it from me, that is not good. That is a huge, as far as DC is concerned. It went from 55 million on its opening weekend to just 15 million this past weekend. And it's so bad, it barely beat out a movie that was barely advertised, J-Law's new comedy, No Hard Feelings, which isn't exactly like a summer blockbuster. Now, here's the only ray of light. Disney Pixar's Elemental, which didn't do great in its first week, it came in at number 2. It actually rose a little bit. So if I'm Mickey Mouse, I'm feeling a little bit better. But if I'm all the movie companies, I'm freaking out a little bit. This isn't good. We need Tom Cruise back, because Top Gun last year, the one that could save it, though, is Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is opening. I'm going to be seeing it, yeah. Now, I'm seeing Dial of Destiny tomorrow. I'll have my review on Thursday. But shiver me timbers, it's just not good. It's not good, yeah. Talking like a pirate now. I'm so messed up. Yeah, I'll get a parrot by the next segment. Yeah. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Back in a moment. Coming up, he's fun, he's funny, he's fabulous. The Palm Springs Baker returns. Oof, get ready. Then, I'm unveiling my latest best thing ever, and this time it is a podcast with two of my favorite people. That and more when The Jason Show continues. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, our next guest is the talk of the town in Palm Springs. That's right, yes.
Not for the right reasons,
Not
Jason.
for the right reasons, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
He's a little controversial, but anyway, but no, it's thanks to his baking show featuring all of the city's celebs. Take a look at the Palm Springs Baker.
Here we are in the kitchen of none other than the Palm Springs Baker with none other than the legendary Ruta Lee. I am so happy, sweetheart.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Well, my God, you are so gorgeous and so you're just
Enough,
so well,
enough.
you're so fancy and beautiful and over the top.
I'm
that
so
I can,
fancy and beautiful.
honey, I can only imagine this dessert. I mean, I've got everything for you. I've got
Trust me, we need none of that.
But we need him. Audience, give it up for the Palm Springs baker, Chuck Swinson, everyone.
Oh, you're so nice, Jason.
My precious.
Oh, wow.
Okay, explain it for the folks. Palm Springs has always been a destination.
I'm losing
We're 30 seconds into the segment.
I'm
Chuck.
losing my head already. Yes.
Well, but look, Palm Springs has always had a vibe. It's always been the place. But don't you think, I mean, because you're a snowbird, but don't you think the popularity of Palm Springs has exploded over the last decade?
My gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely. So many people are coming there, and actually, we don't talk about it a lot because, we just don't want to rush hour traffic in Palm Springs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So basically what you're saying is you want to keep people out. You just to stop coming.
Well, not really. But all that, what's happening? All the LA hipsters, the millennials are all coming to Palm Springs now.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it. It makes me feel young.
Yeah, well, okay, we need to fix
Honey,
your hat.
do
For
we
the
have
love
some?
of God, Chuck.
Do we have some duct tape for my hat?
Eric, can you get some gaffer tape or something? We gotta. Chuck's. Well, your head is too small. Chuck.
I know.
I mean, we gotta.
Well,
you have a little.
Everyone
melon.
always tells me I have a big head.
No,
but,
you have a little melon, and anyway.
Okay.
Now. Let's talk that for the. Okay, let's talk about the millennials. The woman in that clip. Explain who she is to the youngins who have no idea.
I know.
Who she is. Yeah.
So many of you
Go
probably
ahead and talk
don't
while I
remember.
get gaffer tape
my
for
God,
your head.
here comes the duct tape.
Here you go. Just tell everyone who that is.
Not only the hat, Jason, just not over my mouth. But anyway, Ruta Lee was probably on every single. What are we doing?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. This thing is, now I know what the Queen felt like with the tiara. I'm the queen with my baking hat.
Thank you.
I know.
Chuck, you made the joke before the audience and I could make it.
I know you were going to go there.
I was going to go there,
But
Chuck.
Ruta Lee, she is such a doll. She was in every sitcom in the 60s. She was in several movies. She was best friends with the Rat Pack. She knew them all. Frank Sinatra, all of them. Dated them. But you know what? She told me she was a good girl. She said she was more like their little sister. And I'm sure she was. She's a class act.
Okay.
She's 83 years old and she looks fabulous.
See, I love. That's why I love the show because it is Palm Springs is like a time capsule of like classic Hollywood.
I swear to God, it keeps you young.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it there, Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, Frank Sinatra used to live across the street from me, and every once in a while I have to pinch. Barbra Streisand still has a house down the street, and I'm like,
yeah,
pinch me.
Well,
I love it.
Some of your guests, you've had sitcom stars on the show. You've had drag queens, and they're always a hoot and a holler.
Yeah.
Here's a clip of the show. Is this your house?
That's my house. Yeah,
You
that's
have a beautiful kitchen,
Well,
Chuck.
thank you.
Why the
thank
hell
you.
haven't I been invited over?
Well,
yet,
you're
Chuck?
invited
I know.
anytime. You're invited anytime.
Can I tell you,
kiddo.
I've never been to Palm Springs.
Well, you need to come.
I know. Don't tell headquarters. I'll be removed.
No.
But yeah.
You know what? Everybody needs to write in.
Yeah.
An
I'll
email.
Can I come to your house?
Yes, and we'll do a show there.
I would.
How about that?
Only if you can keep your hat on, Chuck.
I know. I can never keep my hat on.
Okay, and this cracked up the producers and I. Am I reading this right? You had the police chief of Palm Springs on your show?
I had Andy Miller, the chief of police of Palm Springs. And there he is. And you know what? I'll tell you, he's pretty easy on the eyes, too.
He's not ugly.
He came walking in the house, into my kitchen, and he had these things,
they're called handcuffs,
he had
Chuck.
handcuffs. And I was like, well, I thought we were going to bake today, but whatever, And he had a pistol in his pocket, or at least I think it was a pistol.
It was a pistol,
But anyway,
Chuck,
yes, I know,
Yeah.
I know. But then we baked our little heads off together, and his wife came. It was wonderful.
Oh, was that blonde woman the wife?
That was his wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was wondering if he was batting for the Cubbies or but
No,
he's
no, he has a gorgeous wife.
Now, do we have the clip here? Now, this is So the police chief cracked us up, and I said in the tease, and I'm joking, that you scared the living daylights out of poor Nancy Sinatra.
I kind of did.
You did. Okay, so let me set this up. Here's Nancy Sinatra. She's 85, and she doesn't know that Chuck's right there, and then, well, look what happened. Look at this. What is she doing, Chuck?
Well, she was arriving at the 85th birthday of Palm Springs.
She is looking at you like, what the hell are you doing to me?
I did startle her a little bit, but I wanted her to feel comfortable and ease her into the event because she had to go up on stage and speak. And you know what? I mean, it doesn't look like it, but we became best buds.
Seriously?
I'm sure we did.
Yeah, I mean.
Didn't, in my opinion.
And Chuck, here's what I'm noticing too, and audience, you're noticing it too. Somehow your hat is staying on there.
I don't know. I don't know.
It
must have been the heat and the sweat and all that in Palm Springs. What can I say?
Chuck is actually going to bake. We are actually going to cook. He's got some great 4th of July recipes when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Back in a moment. It's a great day on the show when I'm kind of the straight guy on the show today. You know what I mean? Chuck's making everybody laugh. I just realized that. Yeah. Chuck is coming back in just a little bit. Chuck's in the kitchen right now cooking. I love him. Oh, God. You got to fill in when Kendall's on maternity leave. We'll have you come back. Yeah. That's the best shot of the day right there. Look at that. It's been 25 years. It's been 25 years since one sitcom helped change the landscape of TV, highlighting the friendship of a gay man and his best friend. Now a podcast, a new one, is looking back at the history of Will and Grace. And I'm naming it my latest best thing ever, everybody. Here we go. So the new podcast is from Smartless Media, very smart of them, and it's called Just Jack and Will. So it's hosted by Eric McCormick, who played Will, and Sean Hayes, who played, Jack. And it features them re-watching the show from the beginning. So they take one episode is about, one episode. 3 episodes are out right now, and the first episode featured show creator, or I should say co-creator, Max Muchnick. And he talked about, this was one of the things, I was in the car and I went like this, oh, well, that's interesting. This is how he came up with the name. There was a reason for the names of the characters, starting with Karen Walker. Look.
Wow. Walker came from the fact that this was a woman that would never walk, right? We knew that was a character who would never walk. She would always be driven. Will Truman, it ended up being Truman because...
Yeah, exactly. He's a true man.
How wonderful that he is really actually a true man.
Yeah, I love that.
Just to finish that thought, Grace Adler, what is the... what's the story behind the name?
The important part there, Adler, was we just had to find a Jewish last name that didn't stick in America. But the will and the grace of it all is based on Martin Buber, the philosopher, and his relationship to God. The will to understand God and the grace with which to accept him into your life.
So interesting. Yeah. And another thing, a couple little anecdotes that I thought you would enjoy episode 1 was so interesting. First, go back and rewatch the pilot for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's really good. But the first thing is, notice Sean Hayes as Jack. Sean revealed that the shooting of the pilot, he basically felt the way that we did. Remember, like when you got struck with COVID, if you had COVID that first day, he said that's how he felt. So when you watch the pilot, just know that Sean Hayes is really sick. The other little interesting tidbit was all about Megan Mullally, who of course played Karen Walker. Megan originally auditioned to be Grace, but Jimmy Burrows said no. Then the other interesting thing about Megan and that pilot, which we're going to have a little clip, well, actually, let's look at the pilot. Here's a little clip from the pilot, and I have a little fun fact on the other side. Look at this.
Okay, FYI, folks, most people that meet me do not know that I am gay.
Jack, blind and deaf people know you're gay. Dead people know you're gay.
Can we play poker?
Yes. Come on, who's in?
I'm in for 10.
I'm fine.
Grace?
Keep playing.
Oh, look, it's Sporty Spice.
Did you and Danny have a fight?
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it right now. I can't even think straight.
That's funny, neither can Jack.
Grace, did you know I was gay when you met me?
My dog knew.
I mean, that's why I learned in another podcast, Jimmy Burrows, Taxi, Cheers, Friends. Jimmy Burrows said out of all the shows, Will and Grace is what he considers the funniest show he's ever worked on. Anyway, the other little fun fact about Megan Mullally, the pilot episode, you will notice, Karen doesn't have the same Karen voice. The second and third episode, Megan does it because between the shooting of the pilot and the shooting of the season, Megan realized that the irony of a rich woman sounding like that is where the comedy would be. The Just Jack and Will podcast is available now, and it's my latest best thing ever. Well, he is the best thing ever. I love him. Chuck is done. He's done bacon, and you're going to see the results when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back. More with our buddy, the Palm Springs Baker. Find him on social. Find the show on YouTube. Chuck Swenson's back with us. Okay. Now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking with gas, kiddo.
Let's see these first, and then you're gonna actually put me to work a little bit.
Absolutely, we're gonna get you going here. I want to just walk through some of these. This is a layered flag cake. So when you slice into it, you're gonna see all the stars and stripes, and even this little blue layer there. You're gonna see it's gonna be like the little stars up in the blue corner of the flag.
Now how long did that take you?
You know what? I did it probably about an hour.
Oh,
really, you just make the cake. You divide up the batter into 3 different bowls, colorize them, bake it, stack it, and layer it.
What do we have here?
Little 4th of July pinwheel cookies. You want to taste one, Jason?
I do.
Okay.
All these recipes, by the way, will be online, we promise.
Yes, they'll be on their website, and you can get them on mine. So don't worry about all the ingredients and quantities. The PalmSpringsBaker.com will have it all for you.
I love it. You know what? Because I don't like an overly sweet. This is just I love a pinwheel cookie.
It's just a good shortbread cookie. You know what I mean? You don't want too much sugar nowadays, but
how can you pass that tray and not eat that? You know what I mean? Kids would freak out.
Well, we're gonna pass it to the crew in the audience after the show.
Oh,
absolutely.
We don't feed the crew on Tuesdays. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Not on Tuesday.
No, I'm sorry about that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
I tried.
Everyone but Director Leo. Anyway, what's next?
Well, I told you, let's not do too much sugar. Well, this has got sugar in it. Trust me. These are red, white, and blue cupcakes. And I'll try to pick one up. And so you just divide again the batter into red, white, blue, colorized. Put a dollop in each corner of the muffin.
What's on top of that?
And then
that red thing.
That red thing is a firecracker.
No, I mean, but what is it?
Oh, what is it? Okay. Anyway.
No, what's it made of? Is it a marshmallow?
It's a marshmallow, yes. And you just melt these little red melt-away things.
Yeah.
And, swirl them in there, let them dry, stick it on top, and it becomes a firecracker.
And crew, don't eat the wick. Don't eat the wick, crew.
Yeah.
And what's the final thing here?
It's a little sparkly, what do you call those things? Pipe cleaner. Thank you, kiddo.
Yeah.
And here we have a strawberry rhubarb pie.
Oh.
Patriotic pie.
Chuck, that's beautiful. That's a great idea to do those.
I love
do that. The blueberries up there.
I love that. We've got the full recipes for all these on your website or the PalmSpringsBaker.com. So don't worry about writing all this down.
Okay, what are we doing?
We are going. You know what? The class. What is now? Now the duct tape.
I duct taped. Now look. Now Leo, take a shot. what? In the commercial break, I duct taped his head.
We thought
so
we
there
had
we go.
this
Yeah,
covered.
there we go. Yeah.
We thought we had this
see?
covered.
Anyway, okay. So what are we doing?
Well, the classic 4th of July dessert is strawberry shortcake,
Yeah.
right? So I've kind of pre-mixed up this batter.
Is that like a biscuit dough?
It's a biscuit dough, and
Yeah.
it's there. You know what? There's 3 or 4 ingredients in here. Bisquick, they get a little commercial, and some lemon lime soda. You know what that would be.
Yeah.
And then we got sour cream in there, and you know what? This just turns into the most. It's just a wonderful batter.
And knowing something a little bit about biscuits, I will tell you, a biscuit is a great foundation. Angel food cake is good too, but if you want something heartier, a biscuit dough sweetened is a really good base for a strawberry shortcake.
So good, so good. Now, do you want to get your hands dirty or should I? I will.
Maybe you will.
I will do
I'm
that.
good.
I will do that.
Yeah.
What I did is I put a whole stick of butter in here and melted it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to just
Drop 'em.
Drop. You know
So it's a
what?
drop biscuit.
And you know, sometimes people cut them out with a cookie cutter. I like things to be a little bit more rustic. I want to get credit. I
Yeah.
want people to know
Yeah.
that this is homemade.
Yeah, you don't want to.
And then I busted my little hiney to make this stuff.
If you're
right?
going to do it, you want the credit.
Exactly. Now I'm going to grab a napkin, and you
Okay.
know what? We're going to throw those in the oven right down
For like
here.
$4.75 or something like that?
Yeah, $4.25.
$4.25.
You're
Okay.
right. God, you know your biscuits.
I do.
You should. You should, kiddo. And look what comes out of there. They're
Look at
just
that.
nice and
That's
golden
beautiful.
brown. And you know what? Just to make them extra good.
You put brushed butter on the
Oh,
top.
God, when they're still warm.
Yeah.
And of course, these are because they just came out of our oven.
They
here.
sure did.
Oh, they sure
They
did.
came out of
You know
our
what?
oven that we have in the back.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we slather them with just a little more butter because,
Yeah.
you know.
And then top it with strawberries.
Well, we're going to take one here real quick.
We got to hurry up.
Do
The
we have-
producer's going to have a fit.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
you know
we're
how they
going
are.
to pull. Jeff is fabulous. He's fabulous. I love Jeff.
I mean, it depends on the day,
And
but sure,
We're going to slice this in half, and I just kind of set them like that. We're going to take a little strawberry.
You do that while I give you a plug here.
There you go.
As Chuck said, all the recipes will be posted on the Jason Show Facebook page later today. The whole segment will be on our YouTube channel. Search for The Jason Show or head to Chuck's website, thepalmspringsbaker.com.
There you go.
Give it up for the Palm Springs Baker, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Oh, yeah. I love a biscuit. Welcome back. It's time for the world's shortest segment. Angela Bassett is finally getting her Oscar. The actress will receive an honorary Oscar at the Governor's Awards later this fall. She's been nominated in the acting categories twice for What's Love Got to Do with It, and last year for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Filmmaker Mel Brooks will also receive an honorary Oscar, along with film editor Carol Littleton. The ceremony takes place in November. Congratulations, Angela. You deserve it. We'll be right back. Back in a moment with a surprise goodbye. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back. We have some spots in our audience for Thursday, and you're going to want to be here. We're going to have some prizes to give away. Plus, yeah, it's going to be, and then, oh my God, there's a snake lady coming in. That she has 400 snakes or something. And it's just, if you want to see me scream like a child, that is the day you're going to want to be here in the studio. Go to eventbrite.com, search The Jason Show, and pick Thursday. It's going to be quite the show. But right now, it's time for the surprise goodbye. You know how this works. I don't know what's in the segment until I read it right now. Today, call this the Great Escape. Watch as the toddler figures out how to escape his crib. He stands up and shuffles the crib to a nearby bed, then climbing over the railing to the bed, using it as a cushion. That is brilliant. That's when he grabs his toy and goes off exploring. This video, as you can imagine, already has millions of views online. That is good. That is an ingenious little toddler right there. Tomorrow, Leslie Miller, our wine diva, is back, and she's bringing her favorite orange wines. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess it is. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks to this audience. Thanks to you. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for watching.